Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Tuesday, November the 9th. The year's 2021. Let's talk trading. We're talking about indicators, and today is TRO inside bar plot. As always, these videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Now, the inside bar plot indicator is one that you've seen. Let me find it here, right here on the inside bar plot with the dashboard. But I want to kind of step you through it. So first, what is an inside bar? An inside bar is when a bar's high is less than the previous bar's high, and that bar's low is greater than the previous bar's low. And we call that an inside bar. What's the significance? Well, usually price will break out of one or both sides, either break out of the high or break out of the low, or break out of both of that bar. So you can see here a few bars ago, we had a inside bar on the M5 of the pound dollar. Here we're using the M5 chart, and you see price opened up in, broke out, now it's up over 10 pips. Really simple trade. Now you notice this just turned from red to green. I made a modification, and I'll put it out on Crestlick.com where I post all the indicators. And while I'm on that subject, one, I'm not trying to drive traffic to Crestlick. So if somebody puts this video on a forum or wherever social, don't think I'm trying to drive traffic. No. My degree's in computer science. I've been programming since the 70s. And the one thing that, we learned is you put all your code in one place. That way, you know where to get it. You know that you've got the most latest and greatest version. But if I start posting code all over the internet, then sooner or later I'm going to forget someplace, or somebody's going to get old code that might have a bug, or they're not going to know where to go to get the latest update. So that's why I only post code in one place. That being said, please don't post my code on other forums. Tell them where to go get it. You can either send them right to me, or you can send them over to Crestlick. I'm happy to send out indicators via email. It's no big deal to me. I'll help a fellow trader out. But it's very annoying when I see my code on forums like FOREX Factory that have banned me. So I can't go over there and defend myself or let people know that code's basically obsolete. In fact, somebody posted a version of TRO time. It's like one of the original versions. And that's why I ask people not to post code, because it's been updated and fixed a few times. Okay, so back to the inside bar. You notice that this turned from red to green. Well, that's because in one of the updates, what I did was I said you can have a bias. So in this particular case, the bias is 1 hour. So when the 1 hour chart goes green, then you'll get the bias colors. If you don't want the bias, and all you have to do is you just put it on the current, and then there's no bias. And so what'll happen is it says you go long here and short here. Some people don't want to trade against, say, the H1 candle color. So here, with this being current, there's no bias. And you can shade the inside bar area here, or you could turn it off if you don't want to see it on your chart. Whoops. And so then that area is no longer shaded. Now, another thing I do sometimes, and this is something you probably shouldn't do, but if I'm just on my laptop and I only have one screen, I like to put the side markers over here. So if I open up another window, to Chrome or Explorer or whatever, what I can do is have that window so this part of this window is still visible. So I can see, oh, price came and got in the inside bar, and I can flip over. Of course, somebody goes, well, why don't you just put an alert on? Well, as I said, you should be paying attention. And I really should be paying attention and not having other windows open while I'm trading. Now, the other thing, notice, get the indicator tag. So the first one was 0. So this one can be 1, or it could be 100 or 999. It doesn't matter. You can set your bias. So maybe you want to go along with the day. And maybe you want to use a 1 hour inside bar. And one other thing, if you want to see it, you need to turn it on. And so there's the H1 inside bar way up here. If we switch to H1, that's when it occurred. And I had one other one here. So indicator tag 2. Let's say we don't want a bias. We want the period to be M30. And where is M30? Where is there an inside bar? Let's let that load up. And there's the inside bar for M30. As you can see, we're just now breaking out of it. Which I'm curious why it's not showing on this particular chart. Because I have it turned off. So that goes to show you, make sure you turn things on. But so here we've got the M30 inside bar, the M5 inside bar, the H1 inside bar. And if you're wondering what the heck is this, this is the multimeter for inside bar, and it'll tell you if you have an inside bar or an outside bar. That's the magenta color. So you can see here M5, the last bar, and this is the last bar, the previous bar, not the current bar. So you can see we had a inside bar on M30 that we're now breaking out of. We've got outside bars on M1 and M5, just so you know what they look like. And so what's an outside bar? An outside bar is when the current bar's high is above the previous bar's high, and the current bar's low is below the previous bar's low. So right here, we've got an M1 inside bar. And see, we've already changed, so those bars, they're no longer inside or outside bars. And for some strange reason, I hit the wrong, there we go. I got on the euro yen somehow. So on M5, this was an outside bar. And you can play the outside bars the same way as the inside bars, taking that breakout of the high and low. And many people do that. So that's the TRO inside bar plot. Very simple. Once again, it's a horizontal line trade. People use inside bars a lot. Now, You know, I talk about Herein a lot. He's the guy that made me, or where I got the idea to develop the rat zone because of how he described price and price action. That price will make a high or low, happens every day, and price is going to retrace off of that high or low every day. And pretty much take that to the bank. And I think there was another guy, was it Peter Crown or something? I can't remember. But what he would do is he would look for the H1 inside bar and he would trade with the daily candle color. And some days you get a trade and some days you don't. But he wouldn't go against that D1 candle color. And so in this particular case, you see we're only 6 pips below. I think the open was somewhere around 64. No, 61 maybe. Now let's just find out. Call it 60. So this would price on the day would be green. The daily candle would be green. So there'd be no trade with this H1 inside bar. But that's it pretty much in a nutshell. It's really not that difficult of a trade. So let's just go through. Once again, all gaps have filled for the week. We're 82 pips above the open, 51 off the high, and 106 off the low. So anybody taking that weekly open crossover, I believe yesterday, was paid off nicely. Notice we put in the opening range for the week yesterday. We broke out of it. We're now back in it. And we're also in the opening range for the year here. Actually, we broke below it and above it at the 41. Something to remember. And I always talk about, these things to remember. I'll give you a heads up. I will be showing an indicator that you can load with the values. And so it will alert you because I know some people like alerts and this one's designed to alert you. Okay, 86 pips below the yearly open. And once again, you can see we're in that inside bar here of the week. There's the daily inside bar, and we're also in the inside bar for the month. And there's a little more inside bar action today I see on the daily. Only 4 pairs over 100 with the pound dollar clocking in at 83 pips. 5 pips below that daily open at the moment. Buy zone, we took out the pivot. We took it out 2 hours ago. And there was some red news. I think maybe that's what they used to hit that pivot. Notice that bounce right off that pivot area. Rats were feasting. I was amongst the rats that were feasting earlier. And let's see. Pivot, we took out the daily. The week or the monthly we've already taken out, and the weekly got taken out. So we're all clear on the pivots. Missed pivot from 6 days ago, but weekly from last week, and monthly not till 2014. In and out of the upper wick zone. You can see the higher low, lower high scalper. Been using that today. Also, wall mall, price action simple, taking the breaks at the wall mall line or the previous H1 high and low. As you can see, it definitely went down and came back up that past hour. And notice we had some nice trading ranges over 20 the past 4 hours. And we didn't quite get to the ATR zone today. So, fellow traders, I hope you enjoy and make some money using the TRO inside bar indicator. And just remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.